Huge shout out goes out to our current channel members. If you're interested in gaining a channel membership, then feel free to head over to my channel profile and click the join button. Also, we do have a Ninjago Discord server. It's a great way to communicate with myself and many others. For more details on that, click the very first link at the very top of the description of this video.
Hello there everybody, and welcome back on into the Overlord X channel today for a new video. A video in which we're going to be discussing, well, not anything to do with the actual Ninjago Dragons Rising season at hand, like anything directly from the season, if that makes any sense. We are still, of course, going to be discussing, something that relates to the season, I suppose you could say, but compared to usual, we've been discussing a lot of different theories and just different kind of plot points that I find interesting from the entire season. And today's video is going to be a little bit of a backseat. It's going to be a little bit more of a classic chilled Overlord X video, and yeah, that is a news video. News has been pretty lackluster recently just because of the fact that, well, it's not really a news time for Ninjago, but I'm sure it probably will be soon as we move more into the coming months with regards to, Part 2 and Part 2 leaks, images, actual release dates. And, well, while we're on the topic of release dates, that is actually what we're talking today. Not a specific date as such, but more of a release time for Part 2. Now, before getting into today's video, I would just like to first announce to all of you to please just not get your hopes up when watching today's video, because this is not in any way confirmation. But with that being said, I would not be making today's video if I didn't at least believe personally that there wasn't even an inkling of a chance that what we are going to be getting into is perhaps a little bit true. And with that being said, I present to you all Cartoon Network in New Zealand, as they are actually going to be beginning airing Dragons Rising sometime in July this month currently. Kind of still crazy to believe that we are in July as of the time I've been making today's video. A pretty insane thought that this year has just flown by so quickly already. But yeah, later this month in July, I believe it is, New Zealand Cartoon Network is going to be beginning to air Ninjago Dragons Rising. And with that being said, we are left with one question. Are they just going to be airing Part 1, or are they also going to be going ahead and just straight up airing Part 2, making that the full season? You see, how this is going to work is, at least as far as I'm aware, they are going to just be doing weekly releases. So with that being said, we would be getting Part 2 episodes, otherwise known as just episode 11 onwards, sometime in September, right? That would only make sense. But of course, that is only theoretical, and the Ninjago community has been pretty divided, all things considered, when it comes to this whole thing, because people have been, saying that maybe they'll just go ahead and release Part 2 along with Part 1, which is kind of what they've done in the past, not with the parts as such, but, for Crystalized, when some countries had only really aired Part 1, for example, other countries went ahead and just aired it all together when they started airing the season. So who knows, maybe we'll be getting something like this for Dragons Rising Season 1. We're not too sure. It is all entirely theoretical as of now, and it's completely up in the air as to whether or not this is going to be happening. On one chance, there is a chance that they will just be airing Part 1 and nothing more, and Part 2 will come later. On the other chance, though, there is definitely that opportunity for them to air Part 2 as well, especially considering the fact that, September, October kind of time is going to be the exact time Part 2 will be releasing in other parts of the world, as far as we are aware anyway, because they did mention that it would be coming sometime this fall, I believe. So it would only make sense for that to kind of be the time that Part 2 starts to get released. But again, this is entirely theoretical. I just wanted to bring this up with all of you today, because there is definitely still a fair, an even chance that something like this will actually end up happening. But again, there is also that other flip of the coin that says maybe this will not be happening. And with all of this being said, I turn it over to all of you now. I am not going to sit here and make that judgment for you. That is why the comment section down below exists, because I turn it over to all of you now to leave any of your own personal thoughts and opinions on all of this down below in the comments. I would love to hear your own thoughts regarding all of this. As usual though, if you did enjoy today's video, please do leave a like on it, subscribe to the Overlord X YouTube channel for more, and hit the notification bell so that you behind the screen there, it's you there, I'm looking right at you, keep up to date on all things Ninjago here on the channel. And with all of this being said, I will catch you all very, very soon for a new one. Well, goodbye everybody. See you all very soon.